What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we have it, guys. The engine is installed on the P51, and the nose of this thing is quite heavy. So I don't know. It seems pretty heavy. I mean, I'll probably have to mount the fuel tank back to get the CG right. I'll probably have to mount all the batteries and stuff in the back of the plane, that way to get the CG right. But she's on like Donkey Kong, and let me tell you, it was very difficult to get this engine on. So let me explain why. So first off, their mounting board, their firewall was too far back, and it wasn't gonna allow for the engine to come out, and it's still about 1/8 of an inch. So let me give you a straight down picture of it here, okay? See that? It's about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch sticking out, which is okay. I'm fine with that. It doesn't matter if this is right, level, or even with the mount. I don't care about that. That's not a big deal to me, because once I put the plastic in here, it's gonna go right around this thing anyway, and you're barely even gonna notice that it's sticking out. Once I put the you're not even gonna be able to really notice. So it's not that big of a deal. I mean, not to me anyway. Like I said, I'm not going for scale, because if I was going for scale, I wouldn't have cut these big chunks out of the side of my freaking plane here to get this engine in. But anyways, so I'm up early this morning, I'm going at it, and I realize that once I mount this bracket on, the engine bolts from the back side. If you guys understand what that means, the bolts go this way into the engine. So I had to pull it all off again. I had to drill big holes in the mount, in the plate, the big board that I put on here, my extension for the firewall. I put this block in here myself. So I had to drill big holes through the back so that I could go into the backside, through the firewall, and then screw this thing on tight. Now, nothing's Loctited in yet, because I still have to take the engine off and test it. I gotta test the we'll fire it up, get it fired up and test it. But other than that, guys, I ended up in the hospital. I was chiseling away right there. As you can see, I stopped suddenly, and a piece of the metal from this block, from this head, got in my eye, and I'll throw a clip of that in at the end of this video. So I'm going to make this video short and sweet, so that way you guys can check out the hospital video of me in the hospital. And they're taking this object out of my fucking eye. So anyways, guys, yeah, so pretty annoying to get something in your eye. So basically what I've done is, when we turn this thing right side up, the carburetor will be upside down. Okay, and that's good, because I'm at the bottom. I'm gonna put a little hole with a screen there. That way you got plenty of air going to the carb. And then I'm gonna also put a hole there, a small hole with a rod sticking out. Okay, this rod's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tightened onto this right here, and that's gonna be for my choke. So all I gotta do is pull down that rod to open and close the choke. Super simple, right? So that's gonna be easy. And then this is easy. The throttle's on this side. I'm just gonna run it straight back through this hole that's already here. I might actually have to drill another hole here just to get the throttle cable positioned right. And then right there, right here, is where the servos go. That's where the servos go. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a block on this side. I'm going to put a block here, and I'm going to put a servo up here, because that will be a straight shot to the engine. If I put the servo here, it'll be a straight shot to the throttle linkage. But yeah, guys, she's in. Like I said, look at that, snug as a bug. Look at that. So excited, man. That was the most important part of this build, and the most time consuming as well. So now that part's done, I can really focus on getting the gas tank prepped, getting the cables run through this thing for the rudder and the steerable wheel in the back, start putting the servos in. I have the drill, so I can drill those holes out to start installing the servos. Other than that, all I need to get is some servo extenders. What else do I need? Servo extenders. I need the 2 low-profile servos for the elevators. What else do I need? I think that's it, you guys. I think I have everything other than that. So basically, it's just getting the servo wire, getting the servo extenders, my batteries, servo extenders, batteries, and this is a gas engine, so basically just some 2-stroke oil and some premium gas, and this thing should be doing pretty damn good. Maybe a tad bit of octane boost just for the first couple of flights, just for the first couple of startups. That way we know we're getting enough octane into the engine, and maybe a tad bit more lubricating or 2-stroke oil just to keep it lubricated in there. Not a lot more, maybe a couple capfuls more than what's recommended. Just to make sure that engine's nice and lubed for its first run. What else? What else do we need? So we need the servo extension wires. We need the 2 batteries. Oh yeah, and then there's this board. There's this PC board thing that I'm buying. It almost looks like a motherboard. And what it does is, say if you're flying and one of your batteries, or your battery to the engine decides to fail. Well, what will happen is it'll send a signal to your radio telling you that the battery has failed, and what it'll do is it'll switch all the power over to your other battery that's running like your servos and stuff like that. So basically what's going to happen is you'll never have to dead stick the thing, is basically what I'm saying. So instead of the battery, if one of the batteries fails, okay, the engine's going to stall. All right, so if your engine battery fails, your engine's going to stall, and you're going to have to dead stick the plane to the ground. However, with this board, what it does is if one battery fails, it instantly kicks over to the other battery and gives you a warning telling you that the plane is running on one battery and you need to land it as soon as possible. It also comes with a kill switch, and it's pretty easy to install. It's almost like installing a gyro. So you run all your wires to it, and then the corresponding letter goes into your receiver. So pretty easy stuff. I'm going to be running 2S 2000 milliamp packs in here, pulse packs. We need to get the low profile servos for the elevators, and then we're done. That's it. That's all there is to it. And the rest of it is just putting the model together. And then the retracts. The retracts are going to be the very last thing that I do on this, because I have to go through Robart and I got to find a specific set that are going to fit on here and be comparable to this plane in its size. Also, I need to get the spinner, the prop, and the wheels. The wheels for this particular plane. They actually have a set of wheels that actually are made specifically for this plane. So let's see, what else. That's it, guys. That is it. I'm gonna throw that clip of me at the hospital getting a piece of metal taken out of my eye. I'm gonna throw that in there as well. It's good content, whatever, why not. And that's it, guys. The engine's on. Now the rest is going to be easy peasy. Easy peasy. I hope. I really hope. We did it, Skip. We got it on there, baby. It's on there. I'm a little upset that it's going to look a little ugly because P51s didn't have engines hanging out the side. But like I said, I'm not going for scale. I'm going for just raw power. And this thing has all the power that you need. So it is going to be definite nose heavy. This thing is definitely going to be nose heavy. So I will probably end up having to add some tail weight to this, which is okay. I like a plane when it flies heavy. That big giant P47 over there that I have, that thing flies like a kite. It's like when I went to land the fucking thing, it's like it didn't even want to come down. I had the throttle chopped, no power going to it, and that thing is still screaming through the air like I had the power going. So this thing is going to fly heavy, and that's the way a plane's supposed to fly. It's supposed to fly nice and heavy, so when you're maneuvering it through the air, it's going to feel, Well, that's what a plane's supposed to feel like. Planes are not made of foam. They're made of aluminum and wood and carbon and stuff like that. So you're really not getting that feeling of flying a heavy. Anyways, guys, sorry about that. I reached my time limit on my memory card, so the film stopped there. But that's it, guys. That's it. That's all I have for you guys today. The engine's installed, and we're moving on to the next step, which is getting this thing out now, starting it up outside. I gotta prep the fuel tank. That's one big thing that I have to do. I gotta prep the fuel tank. I gotta go get all the stuff for the fuel tank at the hobby store. I'm just gonna go right to my hobby store and grab it, like the thing that goes inside to suck the fuel out. It creates it from not getting bubbles in the line. There's like a little tap on there on the end. I'm gonna get my fuel dot, my hoses and shit like that, so that we can get the fuel tank done. And also, while I'm there, I'm gonna be picking up my 2 pulse batteries. They already have them set aside, and well, not really set aside, but I already called them, and they know that I'm coming for them. So, if they don't, and they're not there when I get there, then what I'll do is I'll just order them online. But yeah, guys, super stoked, man. I'm super stoked. I am really excited about all of this, everything that is going on right now with this plane. I'm past the hard part, and that to me is key. I wanted to get this engine out of the way first. That way, if anything else, if I ran into any other issues throughout the rest of the build, I know that the most difficult part is already over. That is the most difficult part. It's done. It's over. It's in, and we're out of here, dude. I'm Dave. This is Dave's RC, and we will talk to you guys in the next vlog. Peace. What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. I'm sitting at the emergency room right now because I was working on the p51. It's okay if the light goes out.
No, saying battery low.
That's okay if the battery's low. So I'm at the emergency room last night because I was installing the engine on the p51, and I was using the Dremel tool to make some notches. And I ended up getting a piece of metal in my eye. So I'm sitting at the ER right now, and I'm hoping that we can get this pulled out of my eye because it's bugging the piss out of me. When I get home, I'll put a video together showing you guys the finished engine install in the p51, and I'll merge these 2 videos together. Thanks for watching. It's Dave's RC. Peace. Now you stop it, Hannah.